That's right. Welcome in. Welcome back, folks, to a Notre Dame Offensive Outlook 2023 Hot Take or Deep Fake edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, you can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps me as well. Notifications on. That way you'll be alerted every time a new episode drops. You don't want to miss it. Twitter, search bar, Always Irish Rat. Always Irish Inc. Emails alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want me. You can locate me. Call-in line. Poppin' 312-900-8815. Tell Johnny all you heard and seen. Fighting Irish Wire every darn day. You wake up, go there, type it in, read the articles about the Irish. Welcome in, folks. Spring ball will be the next big thing coming down the road for Notre Dame. It'll be here before we know it. And it's time to start thinking and talking about what the Irish are going to look like in 2023 after a ton of changes and a lot that we're in the middle of with personnel, with just the roster, with the coaches, the assistants. There's a lot of moving parts. But it's time that we start looking at what this is going to be like. There is some irony in what I'm going to say next. Some would even say I'm contradicting myself in certain ways. I can assure you I'm not. And we'll get into that part after I get into the point of this episode. Okay. I think Notre Dame's offense should be really, really good next year. Way better than last year. And I say this for many reasons. Number one is the quarterback upgrade. I believe if there is an honest-to-God competition, Buckner, Hartman, I believe if both healthy, Hartman's going to win that competition. And then I'm looking at the difference between having that guy and Pine, who he lived with most of the year last year. Right there, Notre Dame's miles ahead of where they were. Just off that one dynamic, ignore everything else. Most important individual position in all of sports. And that's a major upgrade. And again, that is not to denigrate Pine. Okay? He was just limited and got thrown into action, did the best he could do, but it isn't anywhere good enough in the real world. So that dynamic alone makes me feel so much better about this offense, just right there. Running back stable, really, really solid, really exciting. I could argue it's even getting deeper with the incoming young talent, JD getting healthy. All those guys, I like what they bring, and there's some overlap and some differences in the styles and the way they run. I love that group. Wide receiver. We all know the cupboard was bare going into last year. And then you combine that with a limited arm quarterback, and we were just bound to be in a bad spot for the whole year. No way around it in the dynamic we found ourselves in last year. Now, there's way more talent, way more depth, and that breeds competition, even though a lot of these guys are going to be young, first or second year guys. Like, this group could become a strength very, very soon. Now, I know what you're going to bring up. I'm hearing rumors about Stuckey, just like I did about Mason. I don't know what that dynamic's going to bring. So that is wait and see as I sit today. And I don't know when this episode's going to post, but that's something to watch because it looks like people are after Stuckey, okay? O-line. If there's a couple injuries, I'm concerned, especially a guard, but they should be pretty good. Now, the pushback here against me will be, and I'm already taking some of it from friends and just people I'm talking to, is that I made such a big deal about the offensive coordinator hire. And now I'm saying on the other end of it, I think the offense is going to be in a good spot and way better than it was last year. So, how does that make sense then, you ask? Like, how could I be all that mad about what happened with offensive coordinator and then out of the other side of my mouth say, I think we're going to look really good? I can do that easily. I'll repeat it again. My issue was never practical with the OC thing as much as it was bigger picture. Meaning there's no reason at all Parker can't be a really strong OC, and he has my full support. My complaints aren't with him as the name or Ludwig as the name. It was the messing up of the process and exposing Freeman and the whole operation, the negative press, and depending on what rumor, whether we're willing to pay or not, that's the stuff that I don't have patience for, that I'm upset with the OC thing. So I guess it is ironic that after all the complaining I did, I'm coming out and saying I think that the offense is going to look really, really good, significantly better and more functional and more modern than it did last year. But you got to understand there's two different things involved here and be able to separate them in your mind. The practical, actual running the offense, calling plays, having an OC, and the process and the relationships behind all that set the tone for what a coach's era is going to be like. So you got to understand there's separate paths there. Notre Dame's offense, in my opinion, is about to be on a major upswing. And that is a hot take, not a deep fake. I think the offense is going to look a lot closer to what we've been begging for decades. And it's about time. I want to see us power run the ball when we want to, slash and or need to, and be able to throw that ball around and be exciting. This is going to look more like what we've been begging for, and I can't wait. So this is a hot take, not a deep fake. Despite my complaints with the process, I expect Notre Dame's offense to look way, way better this year, and I can't wait to see it. Later.